Good morning, everybody. Coming from you from California Oblast. Checking in. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's morning on the West Coast? Almost afternoon on the East Coast. Worldwide, different times. How's everybody doing today? Real quick, before we get started. Hey, Pyro. I wanted to bring up the current fundraiser we have pinned. Paige in Kansas. She's over there delivering aid to the front line. We had her on yesterday for a quick interview. She was in Ukraine, in a house somewhere. And she had Starlink. And we did a really quick update video on what's going on over there. She's got a lot going on. She's helping a bunch of the troops over there. The 14th Mechanized Brigade is the one that we've been supporting. Also, it sounds like she's helping Dodger. We already started collecting funds for it through her charity donation. Our buddy Dodger, who ended up taking down a bunch of Shaheeds the other night with his brigade, and whoever he's with on territorial defense right now. That's what he's doing. He's in the 151st, but he is doing drone defense right now. They took down a drone. There's a Shahed right into the forest. They took down more than one, but that was the one he caught on camera. There were many drone strikes, and they were targeting Western Ukraine in particular. And his defense perimeters is somewhere around there. But he is headed back to the front. And he gave a list of needs that he wants to get. I asked him, hey, if you're going back, what do you need? And he wants personal protective equipment. A new plate carrier, some new pants, a new helmet, a new mount, a multi-tool, and a fork and spoon set ×4. So that's a small list. It's like $750. Tomorrow is Paige in Kansas's birthday, along with the 14th Mechanized Staff Sergeant. So we will be doing a fundraiser tomorrow in honor of her birthday and the 14th Mechanized Staff Sergeant Sergey, who has been our coordinator through the 14th. Yo, Andrew Gordon in the house. Fragged and Shizzo, you know they exist. Mitch, how y'all doing? Pyro, how you guys doing? So yeah, we're gonna do a birthday bash fundraiser. Paige will not be on tomorrow. She's gonna be out wilding, but we're going to see how many funds we can donate. I don't know how long the stream's gonna go or how I'm gonna do this yet, but we are going to do something. It's gonna be a final push for her fundraiser. The bare minimum we're gonna do is get $750. That is the bottom line goal tomorrow, because I want to make sure that whatever is purchased for Dodger, that money is complete. We're already in like $100. Shout out to Sunny Bombsheller, who helped with a $100 donation that night when we were covering the LA protests that turned a little crazy. So we're gonna go. I would like another $750, just flat out there, so we know anything left over too. It's gonna go to different brigades. As a matter of fact, I think I have pictures to share that. We have we bought candy bars for the 47th snipers right here. I told her that someone in the chat came up with that, and she was having dinner with them, and she's like, I'm gonna go run and tell them right now. We buy candy bars for snipers. So we got energy bars, a whole bunch of other things for the 47th as well. There was another brigade, I can't remember the name of it right now, but they got Gillette razors, stuff they need. You know, oops, stuff they need. Some premium coffee, snacks, just stuff they need. Also, the 14th Mechanized was able to purchase 2 drones, if you haven't heard yet, off of what we generated. So that's a plus. Hilarious seeing the hypocritical comments by MAGA walking about the LA protests in the light of January 6th. They selectively memory hole whatever is convenient. Oh, yeah, I know. I was seeing some Facebook posts earlier, and they were showing January 6th, and they were saying LA looks crazy right now. That guy's mad.
Police have just fired.
Over a flag. I took my flag and I slapped it on the ground because obviously the state of America. I'm dragging them because they're dragging us. And over a flag, y'all saw what happened. Listen, I'm here because there's people that can't be here.
I would never do that to a flag, guys. I still love my country, as messed up as we are. I couldn't do that ever. I could not. That's a little much for me personally.
And I'm willing to endure that if a U.S. citizen has to endure that for every human to get rights.
Can you just tell me the feeling among Angelenos here?
I'm born and raised here. I'm 24 years old. I'm young. I know there's people here younger, older than me. It's immigrants built this city. There's no denying that. And when they're trying to take that out, it's not okay. It's just not okay.
Very, very high in emotion right now. There's a lot going on. I saved a lot of the content that I gathered. I did right here. I saved a bunch of clips from last night. I will start. Yeah, it's about due process. I actually had to explain that yesterday.
President Trump said...
Here's the cool thing. I was explaining it to two of these kids from a younger generation about due process and how it worked, and they're like, "Oh, immigration," and they were kind of getting like really passionate about it, but they weren't understanding what I was saying. I'm like, they're like, "Well, you think they just come here illegally? They just don't, they just can come here and break the law?" I'm like, listen, that's not the issue. The issue is they are not given due process and they're shipped back without due process. And they're like, "Well, what's due process?" I'm like, you need to read the Constitution first before we do this. And then I explained to them that every person inside of our border has certain rights, like to appear before a judge. And then they were kind of understanding, oh, okay, well, that kind of makes sense. And by the end of the time we were done discussing it, they were like, yeah, we have more to do. And I'm like, yeah, no one's disagreeing that our immigration process is broken in this country. I'm like, I was offering solutions. Maybe an increased tax, like a 10% or 5% tax from whatever their earnings are here, and it fast lines them into citizenship, and that's another agency in the government that can actually put them through that, or ideas like that. And they were actually really engaged. The cool thing was that they were engaged, significantly younger than me, but they were engaged politically into this. They just needed the information. They need to be able to see it for themselves. It was really cool to hear. And one of them's like, "I hate losing a debate. Now I gotta learn shit."
Masks will not be allowed to be worn at protests. Who's going to
enforce
that
really funny.
And how? And how can you justify it when law enforcement officials have their faces covered?
What I would say is that the law is going to be enforced, and that what the laws are in this country is what we are doing, and our ICE officers and our law enforcement officers out there that are in these situations where people have questioned why they have their faces covered. It's for the safety of those individuals or the work that they're doing as far as protecting their identity so they can continue to do investigative work. So,
but are you tasked?
Oh, guys, I also woke up today to partial monetization. If you notice, super chats are now active on this channel. I'm going to let you guys know now that I have super chats and monetization. The fundraiser needs to be kept separate from the super chats. Do not super chat me fundraiser money if you donate. Absolutely do not. I'm going to make that very clear. The super chat money is not going to the fundraiser. If you tag me in it and you say it's for super chat, fine, I'll do the math, but please do not put super chats to the fundraiser. The fundraiser is pinned into the description. I'm going to keep it separate. Right now I'm juggling a full-time job, and I'm also inspiring to do this full-time, and there's going to be a transition period at some point. But for now, I need to keep it separate. I do not send me super chats to the fundraiser, please.
The National Guard soldiers with removing masks from protesters? I mean, are you trying to use them in that way?
National Guard soldiers are there to provide security for operations and to make sure that we have peaceful protests. So that's what their work is. And I won't get more specific on that just because we never do when it comes to law enforcement operations. We're doing the same standard procedures we always do and have for years in this country with our National Guard and with our, law enforcement folks that are on the ground working with these communities.
Kristi Noem, what a joke. So WWE superstar Penta made an appearance in LA and brought the whole city out. She does lie weird, doesn't she? Like freaking super cringe, socially awkward. Looks like she took six hours to get her makeup on to say like 10 things. Thank you, Pyro. Pyro Kurt gets the honor of being my very first super chat. Thank you for the $2, dude. Appreciate it.
The LA County Sheriff's Department does not and will not participate in civil immigration enforcement. We have made that clear. It is not only the department policy, but county policy. There are individuals in the crowd that have been...
Dude, honestly, like when it said I made my goal, it said I made my 3,000 watch hour goal like a week ago, right? And then I had the 1,000 subs. Mercado Media boosted me. First off, Mercado boosted me on his stream. I didn't even know it. And then I started seeing comments in the chat from the hot dog man. He said to come over here and support. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And then Shill's moderator, Annette, was also boosting me on like a bunch of different Discords, while Blonde Bombshell was boosting me everywhere. So I had 3 people boosting me at once. And I went up like that. Like on live stream, on Mercado's stream, if you go back and watch it, he was talking about who he's going to support, and he's like, we're going to go here, Renegade Chungus. He's almost at his subs to get monetized. And like 30 seconds later, he refreshed. Let's go. He's there. I didn't even know what happened. I was watching his stream, like in the background at work doing paperwork, and I heard it. I'm like, son of a bitch. And then like, oh, that's how I hit my subs. But it didn't click in until yesterday or day before. Yeah, yesterday morning. So after that big 8.5 hour marathon of the first day of when the protests really got out of hand, I went to bed. I woke up super early because I had to get up and do the interview with Paige because she's in Ukraine, so I'm going off her time. So it said apply now. I did all that, and I'm like, okay, it said it'd take 2 to 3 weeks, up to a month and whatnot to review. It's still reviewing for like memberships and whatnot. And then this morning it said I had super chat access. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, okay, I had to learn. You got a lot of stuff to do behind the scenes. And then it went into, I was looking for the memberships because I wanted to start doing memberships because I got some really cool stuff saved for emojis, and it wasn't there yet. So it takes like 2 more days. But yeah, the process is there. Eventually this is what I want to do full time. I love doing this. I was at work yesterday while it was really cracking off in LA, and I was crawling inside of my skin. Because I've been talking about this for 6 months now. About 6 months. Yeah, it's been about 5 months now. We've been covering the protests and riots, or not protests, the immigration, and the politics behind it. And I was just, finally, it came to the boiling point in LA, and I'm at work, and I'm just like, dude, shout out to my job. I love my job. I do. But this is like what I'm super passionate about doing. And on top of that, I raise 3 kids on my own full time. So I'm a full-time dad. I'm a full-time employee. I work 10 hours a day. Sometimes a lot more. And then I come here and I gather content, and I juggle all 3 of those. And eventually something's going to have to change because I can't do it all. But I want to do what I'm passionate about doing. I love covering this stuff. So thank you guys. Mitch, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. It is going to the channel. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys.
Throwing objects at the federal agents. Eventually, they did ask for assistance. That's when we came in to help them because they were violently being attacked.
So this is the LA sheriff too. He's talking. He wants nothing to do with ICE immigration. I truly believe him. I don't think he was let in at all.
One of the big issues is
on what
just
was
lack
going
of
on.
communication
Right there, there's
from
the
the
mayor saying it.
authorities when something like this
Thank you,
happens,
Linda.
so that
Thank you very much.
we could have a better handle and be better prepared to
$10 super
educate
chat
our
from Linda.
residents.
Appreciate it.
And I appreciate authorities doing their job, but I also appreciate the people who are at this point, they're just frightened. And when you handle things the way that this appears to be handled, it's not a surprise that chaos would follow.
So I feel I am under the impression 100% that the mayor didn't know anything, the sheriffs didn't know anything, the LAPD probably didn't know anything. This was a complete surprise attack on Los Angeles by this administration. I feel like they came in, they started doing inflammatory tactics, coming in full riot gear, snatching people up. You just cannot do that in America. You can't do that in LA, in California. And if you guys have ever been to California, LA is like its own country. It is gigantic. It has its own culture. And you can always tell if you come to like Northern California where I live as opposed to Southern California, it is a whole different culture. It's like stepping into a different world. And Northern Cali is a little less crazy. It is. I've lived here my entire life. And I have been down south to Southern Cali. I've seen things that happen there, and it is on a different level. Southern California does not play, right? It does not play. They down there. It can be crazy as hell, especially in Los Angeles. You have a very diverse community there, with a lot of people, a lot of history, a lot of culture. Just alone, the culture and the history in that city of anti-fascism, of standing up for civil rights, of what happens if those rights are violated is a freaking big deal. Yeah, and everybody knew this was going to happen if it went to LA. Everybody knew. The way they handled it could have been handled differently. But they just went in and pretend like they owned everything, and they don't. The government works for us.
So we are in Los Angeles, California, and someone put their lying to you. We're right here in LA on Olympic and Sycamore Square in Los Angeles. And I guess someone's lying to us. We'll see the rest of the message right now. I don't know what they're talking about, but that's crazy.
Nara, you used to live down there, East LA and Echo Park, Griffith Park, Hollywood Hills. Can you explain to the chat what the difference between Southern California and Northern California is as far as your interpretation?
That grandma, she was white. What was she? Oh yeah, who she was raised by? A white woman? Who was she raised by? A white woman? Oh, well, something happened, man. Something happened. I don't know what happened.
Now I understand he's doing his job.
He's doing his job.
But what I'm saying is, you can't work for the white supremacists. That's all I'm saying. This is a white supremacist thing. And black people, they doing the same thing what they did to us in slavery days. They separated our kids from our parents. And now they doing them the same way, nothing different. They still trying to be white supremacists. That's all I'm saying. I came all the way from Calabasas, man. I was raised in Watt, but I live in Calabasas. I came way out here to let these white supremacists know we know they're not ISIS, they are the Proud Boys. Hey, the president said stand down, stand by. This is their job. Proud Boy now got a job. That's all I'm saying. You got the head white supremacist in the White House running, the whole White House is white supremacist. The whole White House.
It's a big club, you're not in it.
Hey,
but you saw it's
a big club, you're not in it.
Don't be a grand
cracker. None of you motherfuckers.
Don't be a grand cracker. Be you. Fight for your freedom, man.
Damn.
You guys aren't in the club.
These fuckers, they not your friend. I bet you don't go to their party. You another nigga when you out in the street, ain't you? You another nigga out in the street. That just is.
Exactly.
Without that uniform, your head busted just like mine.
Yep. Yes,
it's
sir.
a Proud Boy, man.
Facts,
This
homie,
is
facts.
not no damn. This is a gangbang Proud Boy.
Bang, bang.
So I think a lot of these police officers and law enforcement down there, I do honestly think they've been paying attention to this. And I do honestly think that this is going to have an effect on the law enforcement agencies down there, person to person. Because no matter how much you are trained in being a cop, when people come up to you and they talk to you civil and they break it down for you and they're talking to you on a human level like this gentleman is, one-on-one, we are on the same level, we are the same people, and explaining things in a calm, this has an emotional impact. 100%. 100%. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're wearing a uniform or not. There's still a human behind there, and they're listening. Words have power, and this is, I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of cops probably leaving their job after this.
Trump say stand down, stand by. That's their job. They call them ISIS. I call them punk, but they really Proud
They
Boys.
chumps too.
They pussies, man. They pussies.
Just like the brothers right here. They pump.
And I'm with these people because I feel the same way they did in slavery. They took us.
Yeah, Southern California is tougher. It is tougher. Northern California kind of elite, at least San Francisco is. Yeah, I can see that too. Like, it is a different vibe up here. But when you get into the smaller communities like I'm at too, we have a really high crime rate as well, but it's mostly property crime and drug offenses. The actual violent crime here is average. But Southern California down there, it is dangerous sometimes. Like, you go down the wrong street. It's like that in Oakland too, in Richmond sometimes, depending on the time of year and what's going on. I knew a guy that was in Richmond. He took a wrong turn with his brother, and they were having a funeral parade for someone who had got shot, and they both got lit up. One dude got shot 11 times. His brother got shot 7, and they both lived. He dialed 911. They triangulated his position, and they both lived. But they got lit up just turning down the wrong road. That type of stuff happens in LA all the time, though. So, in my mind, LA is just a more dangerous area as far as gang violence and violent crimes. But also for civil rights and civil rights activity, there's a lot more people there, so they're going to be louder. And, yeah, I generally feel like Southern California is a little tougher. There's areas in Northern California, though, that are absolutely just as fierce. But on a smaller scale. There's bad areas and really bad areas in Sacramento, really bad areas in East Bay, and then there's some farm countries out in Northern California that are just absolutely dangerous. So it's kind of more spread out, though. I feel like Southern Cal is more concentrated, so it gets more attention.
From my parents. Now they taking them from their parents. Same goddamn thing, nothing different. Nothing different. This is fuck, man.
Speak up, boy. Speak up.
Oh, yeah. No, there is absolutely Oakland. It depends on the situation. Like, people are people, and like, there's a lot of gangs in California. I would almost say that everybody who lives there has at least one family member that has had affiliation at some point. It's just it's been a cultural aspect of California since I was born, since I can remember. There's always been that sort of atmosphere. Merced and Stockton are scary. I could tell you stories about Stockton. Not that I want to.
No, don't disrespect him.
Let's just say a little south of Hammer Lane, all right?
You don't agree with that?
I'm being respectful. I'm
No. I'm doing that.
If you did that to anybody else, that would have had a problem.
I'm doing that because you got the uniform on. If you take that uniform off, I'll probably be your friend. But right now, I can't trust you.
Well, if you take that
you're
uniform off,
because you're
he's
dangerous.
gonna be another nigga.
Because you're dangerous right now.
That's
You're
all
dangerous
to
with
it.
that uniform right now, buddy.
Don't let these fuckers fool you, man.
So don't take it personal, my brother. You're dangerous right now, my brother. You gotta pick a side, all right? Pick a side.
You look like you want to do damage. Now, I can tell that's a house nigga. That's a house nigga. Hey, that's a straight coon.
He's a sergeant.
Well, he's a coon. You can
He's a
tell.
coon.
He don't want them to hold conversation with him.
I can't.
The committee will now vote on the
I'm really curious to see how this turns out with the black community in Southern California. I mean, them standing up for civil rights in the Mexican community, to me, is a beautiful thing, because they've gone through this before. For the entire history of America, pretty much. So to see the cultural engagements, the cultural overlaps, to me, is very powerful. And we can cover that more later.
Upon roll call vote to favorably report the One Big Beautiful Bill Act to the House, the clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Norman.
No.
Mr. Norman, no. Mr. McClintock.
Aye.
Mr. McClintock, aye. Mr. Grothman. Mr. Grothman.
So this is off
aye.
separate, but
Mr. Smucker.
this isn't. I'm not going to cover this one. Sorry, I got caught up in the comments. Hold on, let me skip to.
Where's your decency?
Let me read that real quick. Didn't a streamer get shot yesterday on stream? What I saw was a news broadcaster from Australia caught a 50 mic at point blank range from a cop who turned, aimed at her, and shot her point blank. The day before, I did see it was SoCal Shorts, I believe. SoCal Shorts got hit with a piece of fragment off of something that exploded right in the forehead. And he ended up getting 7 stitches. He brought himself to the hospital, but he was fine. I don't know about anybody getting shot. Like shot with a live bullet. I haven't heard of that. I did hear there was shots fired. We were listening to it. But I did not hear of anybody actually getting like shot with shot with a rubber bullet. Yeah, that was what I saw was the Australian journalist. I have it saved. We'll cover it.
See, Mr. President, stop. And it's time for you to be a commander-in-chief of the United States of America. Donald Trump has created the conditions you see on your TV tonight. He's exacerbated the conditions. He's, lit the proverbial match. He's putting fuel on this fire. Democracy.
So here's the deal. Gavin Newsom is a bit of a showman. Okay. First-hand accounts, but when there was fires, he has a switch. This man has a switch to where he can be very persuasive and charismatic, and then the passion's gone immediately after he's done. That being said, I've had issues with this man in the past, but his stance right now, I am 100% supportive of the governor of California. My representative Thompson is aligned. The representatives down in LA are aligned, and our 2 senators are all aligned. So California is standing strong as one on this. And for the first time ever, I find myself aligned with Gavin Newsom, and the rest of the shit that I had problems with, like his mishandling of COVID, where there was double standards, him going to the French Laundry and having dinner while people were on lockdown, all that other stuff, his characteristics, his ad hominem that I could get into, I don't even care at this point. The only thing I care about is him standing up for civil rights in California and the Constitution and the rule of law. So I'm supporting the governor at this time 100%.
Is in the balance. I mean, you're seeing these authoritarian tendencies now are being acted out by this administration. And we're case in point as it relates to nationalizing, federalizing the National Guard. Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? This is about authoritarian tendencies. This is about command and control. This is about power. This is about ego. My way or the highway. This is a consistent pattern of practice, of recklessness. This guy has abandoned the core principles of this great democracy. He's threatening to go after judges he disagrees with, cut off funding to institutions of higher learning. He's on a cultural binge. He's rewriting history, censoring historical facts. I mean, this is something completely different. Where's your decency, Mr. President? Stop. Rescind this order. It's illegal and unconstitutional. And I said it I'll say it again, it's immoral. You're creating the conditions that you claim you're solving, and you're not. And you're putting real people's lives at risk. This is a serious moment, and it requires serious leadership. And it's time for you to be a commander-in-chief of the United States of America. And I will have your back if you want to work in a relationship of trust and truth in the spirit of our founding fathers. But you come after poor kids, you come after families, we will do everything in our power to stand up and stand in your way.
That is the first time I've ever heard Gavin Newsom speak where I felt it was 100% authentic. You could see it. Like, I can read mannerisms pretty well on people. God, really powerful coming from him. And I've never been super excited about him. That changed after that speech and after what's going on right now and his stance. And there was lawsuits. We are suing the federal government right now for violations. So, hi, Annie. So, yeah. So there's that. There's Governor Newsom's take. God. Yeah, I never saw myself being aligned with him. Everything he said yesterday was 100% true. Yeah, so if he's speaking the truth, okay. Yeah, I know his businesses are being affected by the tariffs too, so he's salty on that part. But this is a whole different element. This has nothing to do with tariffs or finances. This has to do with civil rights, and he is taking the high ground, the moral high ground, 100%. So I'm supportive of him. Here is someone who is not taking a moral high ground.
The rhetoric keeps rising and rising and rising. Someone's going to get hurt.
The governor's essentially saying the opposite, that the rhetoric and the escalation is coming from you.
Well, the governor, look, I have absolutely no respect in this governor. No, he's I can say it again, he's an embarrassment to the state because criminal aliens are walking the streets of this state every day because of him and his policies. I don't care what the governor thinks of me. I'm not running a popularity contest.
This is Tom Homan, guys. Can you tell the difference in language? Can you tell the difference?
The rhetoric keeps rising and rising and rising. Someone's going to get hurt.
The governor's essentially saying...
Okay. This is... the rhetoric keeps rising and rising and rising, and someone's going to get hurt. He said absolutely nothing except what he's doing.
And the opposite, that the rhetoric and the escalation is coming from you.
Well, the governor, look, I have absolutely no respect in this governor. No, I can say it again, he's an embarrassment to the state because...
He has absolutely no respect for the governor.
His criminal aliens are walking the streets of this state every day because of him and his policies. I don't care what the governor thinks of me. I'm not running a popularity contest.
That's very obvious you're not, sir. Very obvious you're not. That's the border czar, Tom Homan, guys. Breaking that down, he don't give a damn. They're going to stay here. This is going to continue for a while. This isn't over yet, and it's going to get worse. And unfortunately, the federal government is the ones who are being inflammatory. We watched it on live stream. We watched it live. I can't stand that guy either. We watched this live. It happened live to us. We were watching the feds come in, instigate the crowd, pepper spraying, shooting people for no reason, flashbanging people for no reason, and then the regular police would come up. LAPD would come up. They'd be a lot more calm. They didn't have anything in their hands. And the people would back up. And then the feds would drop back. From what I saw, the only ones that were actually instigating things were the federal law enforcement officers. Confrontation near a Home Depot escalated into a fiery and tumultuous clash. This is day one, so this is how it all started erupting.
Hey, what happened to you, bro? They hit me with a rubber bullet. They shot you in the head? You all right?
Yeah, they were fighting back, definitely. People were upset from what they were watching. People getting snatched up in vans. The scene followed raids across Los Angeles on Friday that led to the arrest of 44 people on suspicion of immigration violations and another on suspicion of obstructing justice. Guys, this is completely planned out by the Trump administration. There is no doubt. No ifs, ands, or buts. They knew what were going to happen. They just didn't care. They wanted this to happen. Holby needs to give him an L.A. Balkaner lesson in respect. Yeah. Hey, Keith. The cop from South Park somehow got promoted to border czar. Interesting. Hubert, that's funny. Until they stop people with the horses. Move along, folks. Nothing to see here.
Hey, Ice. You want me? Come get me, pendejos. I'm up here chilling like a villain. Y'all ain't even got no rocket.
What we're seeing in Los Angeles is...
One more time. One more time.
Hey, Ice. You want me? Come get me, pendejos. I'm up here chilling like a villain. Y'all ain't even got no rocket.
That's so wild. Oh, my God. That is wild.
What we're seeing in Los Angeles is chaos that is provoked by the administration. When you raid Home Depot and workplaces, when you tear parents and children apart, and when you run armored caravans through our streets, you cause fear and you cause panic. And deploying federalized troops is a dangerous escalation, but we need to be real about this. This is about another agenda. It's not about public safety. There's clearly no plan, and there is clearly no policy. I want the people of Los Angeles to know that we stand with all Angelenos, no matter where you were born. The First Amendment right gives you the ability, again, to protest peacefully. But it does not give you the right to be violent, to create chaos, or to vandalize property. And that will not be tolerated.
Okay, I live in Los...
So, good breakdown from Mayor Bass. She's 100% correct. The violence and the destroying of this, and they're not out there like this is not like the 1992 riots. This is not like Rodney King riots. This is different. They're not out there actively like just destroying their entire city. Well, at least not yet. Like what we saw, an AM/PM got looted. They burned a couple cars in the streets, but they're not like absolutely like turning the city into rubbish. It's not like an active attack down there, right? People are passionate, and there's some bad actors. We know that. And last night, it went just buck wild. Shout out to Mercado Media for covering it. I was freaking at work watching, trying to mod too at the same time on his channel. And watching when it was unfolding. I was so irritated because I couldn't be on and do my own stream. Like I said, we've been talking about this for so long. But I watched a lot of really good coverage. He was watching the bridge. We got some of the clips on here saved. I was also peeking into some of the TikTok streamers that were down there. I'm going to do that probably again. If this continues on in this week, I'll probably do it again tomorrow night as well. But I don't see this stopping even though the weekday is here. I see this going until they leave, until the federal agents leave, or something worse happens.
Los Angeles, and I have a couple things to say. I was out and about this morning. It's pretty quiet where I live, but I live right in the middle of Los Angeles. We knew it was going to start here. We did know it was going to start here. Don't let the palm trees and the sun and the beach fool you. We knew it was going to start here, and people are ready. Yeah. But what I want to say is we have to remember that we all have the blood and the DNA of survivors and people who have come before us, and the blood of people who went through a lot in order for us to survive. We're going to be okay. We need to do this. And the only way to do this, the only way through is straight through. Because we've done it all, right? And this system is not sustainable. It just isn't. So we just have to go through this. And it's not going to be easy, but we need to keep our wits about us and not panic and just be prepared. If it was going to start anywhere, this is the place that it was going to start. And deep down,
Thanks,
we all
John
knew
P.
that.
Thank you.
But we have the DNA and blood of survivors, so we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
All right, here's some of the leaf blower action. We were talking about this first day about how they were using leaf blowers to push gas back in some of the other protests. They were busting them out on this one as well. I mean, that's good. A good way to use a leaf blower, I'd imagine. I feel like it would have been better if they were down at the base of where the smoke was coming from, but hey, you know, whatever. You got it, use it. That's LA. Look at that thing. Dang. Look at that. What type of car is that? That thing was sick. Okay, so they're going out and they're finding where ICE is too. And they're posting it. So here's more by the bridge, it looks like, from what I gathered earlier. I think this is when they start dispersing from the bridge.
It's tear gas! Tear gas!
I've never been tear gassed. Has anybody ever been tear gassed? I don't think I would do well in it. Richard Don Quixote caught some in basic training. How was that?
The violence that we're seeing, this violence that I've seen is disgusting. It's escalated now since the beginning of this incident. What we saw the first night was bad. What we've seen subsequent to that is getting increasingly worse and more violent. Tonight we had individuals out there shooting commercial-grade fireworks at our officers. That can kill you. And we have adapted our tactics to be able to have a chance to be able to take these people into custody. And
yeah, we were seeing coke cages on the vehicles and everything.
To be able to hold them accountable. We are overwhelmed as far as the number of people out there engaged in this type of activity and the type of things that they're doing. They'll take backpacks, and the backpack will have a cinder block in it. They have a hammer, and they'll break up the cinder block and use that, pass it around to throw at officers, to throw at cars, and throw at other people.
Yeah, it is a tough position for local law enforcement. I wouldn't want to be a cop in LA right now.
Breaking the bollards behind the federal building and taking the rocks, if you will, or pieces of concrete, and throwing them at officers. We've had liquid of who knows what description thrown at officers. There's no limit to what they're doing to our officers.
I mean, at some point, I understand his position too. He has to protect his troops or his men, his police officers. He has to stand for law and order. But it would be nice to see them stand with the people in solidarity. I've seen that before. I can't remember where, but there was a protest going on. I don't know the context behind it. But I did see a bunch of National Guard that had riot shields at a protest. They walked up, they dropped their shields, and they kneeled with the protesters. I don't know what it was about. I don't know if they were just praying. I don't know. But I did see, it would be nice to see that context, that sort of support from the National Guard, from the local law enforcement here. God, wouldn't that be an iconic moment to see a National Guard member walk out from a formation into the middle of the street and drop everything and stand with the people? That would be iconic. They raised right up. They're out of there. These guys did not hesitate to run.
What?
They did not want to catch that juice coming out of that pepper ball gun. Here's at LAFC. LAFC will have a hella time during the Club World Cup. Abolish ice sign at a, looks like a soccer game.
Tom Home and the Borders are said to
We just covered that. Was LA protester Don's Dino suit to mock National Guard, or Don's Dino suit.
Shame! 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 Shame!
He busts out the Dino suit to shame him. Everywhere you can go, deep in the background, you can hear "Fuck Donald Trump" song. So here's what I'm talking about also right here. This is crazy. This is what Chicano was all about back in the day. Chicano was never meant to be some regular cholo, some vato from the barrio. Chicano was about the actual movements. People quickly forget how we were built. I aired this yesterday, but it was a super powerful clip to me. So I'm going to air it again.
We are Los Angeles! We are Los Angeles! We are Los Angeles! We are Los Angeles!
Really cool to see. Really cool clip. I was happy to see that. It's empowering to watch people standing together. Yeah, Orban, I haven't got into it yet. You know, I haven't got into that yet. I will peek into that when I get a chance. I saw Greg Terry posted something. I'll go get his take on it because he's one of my top 3 as far as content creators. Him, Mercado Media, and Dylan Burns are my top 3 favorite. So I'll go peek at what Greg posted a little while ago. And next year World Cup in USA, Mexico, and Canada. God, dude. Oh my God, that's gonna be wild. That's gonna be wild.
Join us! They're putting you in the front lines. You're fucking political fucking thought. They're chilling inside. They slip on if you're gonna throw you against your phone.
Yeah, Starsky's cool too. My first ever panel was when we pulled up the panel frame for Car for Ukraine. He was sitting right next to me on the panel board. I'm like, how did I get on a panel sitting next to Operator Starsky? Little thousand sub channel. It wasn't even 1,000 subs at the time. I'm sitting next to freaking Operator Starsky on a panel. I screenshotted it.
I've been here at the ICE rally. Hey y'all, I am here at the ICE protest in downtown LA. When I tell you it was being very safe, there was no fights.
The California National Guard has been at just about every Ukraine rally too. All the major ones. General Major Beavers from the California National Guard. We'll come back to this gentleman right here, but they have been at. They've been at every one of the rallies doing speeches. So yeah, I'm sure this is a difficult position for him to be in because he's always stood. Major General Beavers has stood for democracy. And I've taken a picture of him. I went up to him and say, hey, General Beavers, can I take a picture of you next to so-and-so? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. He's been super supportive of Ukraine. I've got one of his speeches here. Got right here.
And now it's my honor to introduce Commander of California National Guard, Adjutant General Matthew Beavers.
This dude is amazing. I got to get closer for this.
Great to see the American flag out tonight, so thank you, and don't give up on us. So good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to recognize the incredible resilience of the Ukrainian people as we reflect on 3 years since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And make no mistake, it's not a 3-year war. It's not a 3-year war at all, it's an 11-year war. 11 long years since Russia began its occupation of Crimea in 2014. 11 long years. We need to stop calling it a 3-year war and call it an 11-year war. That said, we are reminded every day by the women and men of the Ukrainian armed forces and Ukrainians in general of what courage truly looks like. Through it all, Ukrainians remain unwavering in the face of Russian aggression perpetrated on the Ukrainian people. Day in and day out, Ukraine has defended the values that unite people across our 2 countries and across the globe. Values and ideals including independence and sovereignty and freedom from tyranny. But these are trying times. And unfortunately, they are scary times, but we only need to look to the past to recognize what the future holds. Total U.S. support for Ukraine. Total U.S. support for Ukraine now exceeds $183.8 billion. It's more than 0.5% of this nation's gross domestic product. That is no small number. And much of that was spent here in the United States. The training and equipping of the armed forces of Ukraine.
So this is February 24th at the state capitol building. It was my first ever live stream, I believe. A clip from my first ever live stream, February 24th. The invasion day, the anniversary of the invasion of Ukraine. And this was also like 4 days before the Oval Office fallout with Zelensky and Trump.
by the United States, by our allies, by our partners, by the California National Guard that has been training and equipping Ukraine for now 31 years, has ensured that Russia cannot subjugate Ukraine and its people. It cannot do that. That aid has ensured that as an eventuality. That said, Europe is energized, with major European partners offering peacekeeping forces to support an eventual cessation of hostilities. Just today, Denmark, Norway, Sweden announced significant aid packages to Ukraine. And negotiations have begun in earnest to secure a just peace for Ukraine. But we need to be clear-headed. The process may be long and it may be extraordinarily frustrating. But one immutable fact remains. Putin could end this war right now, tonight, by simply ordering his soldiers home. No need for treaties, no need for negotiations. Putin could end it tonight. And as I mentioned earlier, Ukrainians remind the world every single day that freedom from tyranny has no price, and that freedom is absolutely worth fighting for. And in the end, Ukraine will stand. Ukraine will persevere. Democracy will persevere. And the inherent right of free people to live in peace will persevere. And we are stronger together. Thank you, and Slava Ukraine.
That was Major General Matthew P. Beavers of the California National Guard. Speaking at the rally on February 24th of this year. Yeah, this is over. But yep, that was a little take I had. So yeah, he must be in a terrible position because I know he is. I don't know factually. I haven't, like, as part of the military, I'm sure he's not allowed to express his political standpoint, but I know, like, just from hearing how he formulates speeches, he is no fan of Trump. He's a fan of democracy and the Constitution. So I am actually really happy that Major General Beavers is like one of the heads of the National Guard. And I'm super happy he's supportive of Ukraine, and I feel terrible he's in the position he is. And it would be nice to get a stance on his take on what just happened, but that's not going to happen. Maybe he'll come out with a statement. I'll look in the background and see if I can find anything. Let's go back to TikTok.
I've been here at the ICE rally. Hey y'all, I am here at the ICE protest in downtown LA. When I tell you it was being very safe, there was no fights, no turning cars, none of that. And there were a few like flashbangs and rubber bullets that I had no idea why that was even called for, because everybody was being behaved. And then some of the protesters went onto the freeway and stopped freeway traffic. And when I tell you, the cars that were in the freeway, that usually, they're like, oh, pissed off drivers. No, the cars on the freeway were stopping, they were honking, pulling flags out of their cars, Mexican flags, Nicaraguan flags, Honduran flags, out of the car, supporting the protesters that are on the freeway right now. They're still there, and there's been a bunch of more flashbangs, whatever, happening, but they're armed guards now on the freeway, trying to intimidate people who are still protesting peacefully. So I'll update y'all if I can.
Interview him.
I don't see him with the X account, Major General Beavers. I'm looking. I know the National Guard has one. I'm looking if they have anything on their. I don't see anything. Here we go. There is a press release. There's a press release here. Press release, U.S. Northcom Statement regarding protection of federal property and personnel in the LA area. Approximately 2,000 of the California Guard soldiers have been placed under in a Title 10 status. So basically they said, yep, that's what's happening. California Military Department. Nothing since June 4th, so they haven't put out a statement either. So, very, very straight to the point statement. No room for misinterpretation from the California National Guard.
Oh, they're kicking around.
So this is Fox News. Fox 11 get kicked out of the protest.
Oh, they kicked out Fox 11. Talk to the media. Don't talk to the media. Go. Bye. No, we have independent media.
We have independent media all around. They straight chased them off.
You guys, we are live from the 101 freeway in Los Angeles, California, where it has been declared an unlawful assembly. Protesters have shut down the freeway.
A little more from the freeway. I see absolutely nothing from Major Beavers on this topic, so he's probably been given a gag order not to discuss anything related to this, unfortunately. I don't even know. That must be it. That's the only thing I could think of. I know it's probably killing him, though. Absolutely. It's probably eating him up. We'll just have to see if he reacts. It'd be crazy to see if he stepped down. I don't think he will. A little more from LA. Dang. Yeah, they're arresting people for sure. Hey guys, now that I have double the stream, I just want to give a plug real quick to the fundraiser we have pinned for Frontline Ukraine. It's Paige's birthday tomorrow. We're gonna do a birthday stream tomorrow to try to get her some donations. She is helping the 14th Mechanized Brigade, which is someone Angie Pod in the chat, and my personal friend from Sacramento has a family member who's fighting, and we've been helping them for quite a while. It is also the senior sergeant's birthday with hers tomorrow from the 14th Mech, who is our contact. So tomorrow we will be doing a birthday. She will not be on. She's going to be out wild, and we will be doing a birthday fundraiser tomorrow. Please, I am monetized, partially monetized now. Do not give super chats for the donation fundraiser. The super chats are going to be specifically for my channel and me trying to transition to full-time streaming. Do not give fundraiser donations through there. I will... It is pinned in the description right now. I don't have any mods on. I don't have any mods. I think I can just pull it here. I can pull it here. I'm going to plug her fundraiser. If you want to give her an early happy birthday present, this is the link you use. You can say whatever. Happy birthday from Chungus' community. Whatever you want to put. Right there. This is wild, guys. This is like every day is turning into a historic day in America. Like I remember when like there was a period of time where there was like nothing happening. Now it seems like something happens every day. This is off 101. This is the 111 freeway yesterday. Yeah, it's hot in Northern Cali, dude. I'm in Northern Cali. It's hot today already, so I don't know what's gonna be like. I'll pull up the temperature in the background, but dude, I woke up. I'm like, oh my god, someone turned the swamp cooler on.
This is what fascist governments do when people rise up, and the people are rising up. Like, we are here defending our communities. There's no two ways about it. We are here to say you cannot separate these families. You cannot take people away.
They're picking up people, vans are coming, people, and their faces are covered. They're wearing black, and they're just putting people in vans, arresting them. It's happening all over. And now that the National Guard has been released, it's horrifying.
It is an embarrassment to have the National Guard deployed on domestic territory against its people. It is despicable.
They're going to have a nice day in LA. Peak temperatures are going to be 76 degrees in LA. It is 86 degrees where I live right now, and it is 10:43 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be 98 degrees where I live today, and that's not even hot. It's going to be a bad summer for me. And especially with my computer in this room, I got to like hook up an AC somewhere. Where I'm at, we live like in a volcanic area, and it's like a desert environment where I'm at. Last year, I think it got, let me check it. I'm checking. I'm having a hard time. It was like 115 or 117 last year. Like, it was deadly hot. Get rid of some of that. Yeah, it was like 115 or 117 degrees last year. It might even hit 121 one day Fahrenheit. It was super hot. Yeah, it's Portland's at 82 degrees. Gosh dang, man. Yeah, it's 84 Fahrenheit on our way to 100 Fahrenheit to East Washington. Oh, so you must be around Spokane. That's wild. Yeah, SoCal's going to be nice all day. It's not going to be that bad. I don't want to watch any flag videos. I don't want to take the chance anymore.
You guys, they set 5 cars on fire. This was a peaceful protest. It is no longer a peaceful protest.
So this is yesterday when things started getting out of control. You know, and we got to document. Dang, that was a really nice car too. We got to document. There are bad actors out here, guys. So I mean, don't get it twisted. Things are going to escalate. This is what Trump wants. He wants it to escalate. I do not condone violence at all. If this would have been 100% peaceful protest the entire time, think how big of a loss, an L. It would have been a huge L for Trump and the Trump administration. But dude, there's kids involved. Like I said, summer's here, school is out. Kids have been cooped up in the classrooms. Other bad actors in the group. LA's huge. LA's crazy on its own without this sort of without what's going on. It's crazy every weekend. You turn on the scanner, it's wild. So it's gonna happen. Not the summer of love.
What the fuck?
He wants to impose martial law. Hi, Nilo. How you doing?
Please protect them.
Pay me, Soros. I know. The fact that they're using that rhetoric still, that these are all paid actors, is so ridiculous. Being that 10% of frickin' LA is undocumented immigrants, and they think that people to come out to be a paid actor in this. Okay, whatever. I mean, I saw some content influencers out there to get paid, but that's from their chat revenue. Soros is not paying these people to come out. It's wild. And you see it everywhere. You see that rhetoric everywhere. Paid Soros actor. That'll go down in history. Like the #1 reason people protest now. It's wild. I can't believe people even use that as an excuse. Plus, how many people would come out and flip on that? Oh yeah, by the way, George Soros paid me 10 years ago.
You know, let's hope that no
Look at
one
little
is
mini
hurt
bikes. These
and no
things
one
are
is injured,
everywhere
and it
where I
doesn't
live. I hate them. These little mini bikes are so terrible. All the tweakers use them where I live, and they'll come and like steal your car battery or some gasoline and shit. And you'll hear the wheels. Like if I open up my window, I can hear the wheels, because you'll hear them. You'll hear them like a couple blocks away in the little mini bikes at night, and then it cuts. And then you hear him just coasting it down the road. All you hear is the tires on the gravel. I'm like, really? These fuckers are out again.
escalate from here. Look at the flag. Yeah, Guy, I see
there it is.
You pointing
Mexican
it out.
flag can, you know.
See, so this is Fox. Listen to the language. Mexican flag. There. Listen again.
You know, let's hope that no one is hurt and no one is injured and it doesn't escalate from here. Look at the flag. Yeah, Guy, I see
there it is.
You pointing
Mexican
it out.
flag can,
There,
you know.
There it is, guys. It's an invasion. Mexican flag. Look. The Mexican flags are out, guys. Here's the invasion.
You know, this is criminal activity that I hope is people are held accountable for. And I'm talking about the riots right here.
Where are the cops?
Yeah, where are they?
Oh my God, bro. Okay. So I had to share that because Fox, it's epic cringe. Their whole language, their whole demeanor behind this. Okay.
You know,
I'm going to now not bookmark it and not support their algorithm. But I had to share that. I mean, ugh. As much as it pains me. Dude, those freaking cop cars got just annihilated. Look at that. Now, from my understanding, I didn't catch all of it yesterday. No cops were hurt, right? They just hid underneath the overpass until they got out, correct? Yeah, they were making arrests yesterday. So Annie Yuki chick. So perfect. And there it was, a Confederate flag at the Capitol. Oh wait, that was okay. My bad, I guess. 100%. The hypocrisy is insane.
The guy in the van.
Oh
right here.
shit, bro, we gotta go. Bro, the van.
Dang, he was out. Dang, he almost ran into him.
Bro, holy shit.
Van guy was going after him. Dang, that could have got dangerous.
Is there a way to get a hold of Waymo and have them disable their app? People are calling Waymos over here and they're setting them on fire. 3 are on fire now and 4th and 5th are being destroyed as we speak.
The Purge music in the background. Yeah, I wouldn't bring a horse. I'm sorry. I am so against having horses as riot guards. I'm not even a big horse fan, but I'm just, dude, if those horses get hurt, they step on something, break an ankle, I don't know. That's not my thing. I don't feel like horses should be for riot control. That kind of bothers me, to tell you the truth. Horses should be for riding. You know, outdoors, outdoor activity, cool. But for riot control, in that situation, the amount of stress on the animal, I just, not cool.
LA have gone to war, with ICE reportedly starting it by using military-style force against protesters, which led to even more protesters showing up. Right, yesterday, they conducted multiple sweeps around LA, which was the starting point for the clashes. With ICE wearing camouflage military tactical gear with military-style rifles, and they were riding in MRAPs. They also had their faces covered with no name tags or badge numbers. With reports saying they began throwing flashbangs, firing shots.
Who was that that ordered 5 Waymo cars to take that route? That would be very interesting to find out, Richard. Good point.
shotguns, shooting non-lethals at protesters, spraying pepper spray, and firing tons of tear gas. The
Somebody
LAPD
had their
then
dogs
stepped
with
in
them?
and
Yeah, they
declared the
did.
protest unlawful and began to disperse it. Right, and this is
Yeah,
now
that's the
fourth-
thing, dude. Neil is right. Like, dogs are even more sensitive to that, to, like, the loud popping and noises. Like, the 4th of July, like, the amount of stress they're putting on the animals is fuck. Ugh. Doesn't, I don't know. It sucks for the animals. It does.
City this week that ICE has encountered resistance from the people. Though it's unclear how much of the resistance is about deportations and how much of it is about ICE acting like an occupying military force. Right, and this is the MRAPs that ICE is using. They were designed for Iraq and Afghanistan, and the US military actually had to change how they use them because they found that locals often saw their presence as being very oppressive and that they instigated conflict. And you know, you're certainly seeing the same reaction here in the US, and the anonymity of these agents, it's only seeming to escalate it. Though with that, you had the acting ICE director releasing a video today telling those criticizing ICE that he's demanding that they stop. But you also have a lot of people saying that if ICE got rid of the masks, they put their name tags back on and they dusted off the SUVs, that people would go back to ignoring them. But for now, let me know your thoughts and follow and share to stay in the loop.
Yeah, bringing your kids to a protest of that nature probably isn't the best parenting skills in the world, I would imagine. Unless the stroller was, like, full of, like, fireworks. I don't know. Or maybe protester signs. I just don't think it would be a good idea to take your kids to one of this style of protest, unless they had little, like, tiny riot gear on. Like, can you buy, like, tiny riot gear on Temu? Her babysitter had already been arrested. Oh, dead. Daddy Jim dead. that broke me. Dude, so I've seen some terrible stuff before, like just being in, like, the grocery store shopping. I watched a lady take a stroller inside of the grocery store and go over and get a 30-pack of Coors Light, put it inside of the stroller, and then walk out the store with it inside of the stroller. She put a blanket over the front like she had a baby and just left with the beer.
Here's some cars that got hit, kind of wiped out. Wow, what a mess.
Do we have rubber bullets? Do we have rubber bullets? Do we have horses? Do we have horses? I don't care where you come from. Report the truth.
Protesters are refusing to leave downtown Los Angeles in face of mounting opposition from the U.S. National Guard and LAPD. California's Governor Gavin Newsom has labeled Donald Trump's deployment of the National Guard as the acts of a dictator. 100%.
A bit of an idea of that's a flashbang grenade there. Just moving out of the way here, Kate.
Yeah, I heard.
People to get out of this area. And
I was hearing. I heard yesterday they were like, "Don't bring your kids here. Everybody, keep your kids at home." What are you thinking? But I didn't see people yelling at the dogs. If you could find the clip of that, put it in Discord and tag me, please. Oh yeah, guys. Also, I got a Discord now. Please join my Discord. I forgot. I always forget when I start these streams. I forget to put it in the description, but I'll plug it right now. I got to get better at this. Now that my channel's starting to grow, I'm not good at this. Invite, plug. All right, there's the Discord, guys. Come join. It's free to do.
protesters have been refusing. We are safe here, it's just noisy. But you can see the volatility. I can see police here up throwing
remember this
rubber bullets at these protesters.
Remember this news broadcaster. Remember her face. We're going to see her in a little bit here.
Just maybe step over here to the side. Very good. Yeah, we're just going to step over to the side. Whoops, so we're out of the way here. But I mean, all of this coming in the face of those immigration raids. There is just so much anger here in Los Angeles about what has been unfolding. Donald Trump deploying the National Guard, ordering 2,000 troops to be deployed. We've seen around 300 on the ground. If I can just show you here, these protesters have pulled out umbrellas trying to avoid these projectiles that are being fired from those mounted police. You can probably see things flying through the air. We are safe, but I'm just gonna, maybe we'll just step over to this side here. Yeah, guys, you can see it's a very volatile situation. I've got you guys, I've got you. As we moving.
Paperback boys! Report the truth,
DC,
white lady.
there
Report the truth.
are definitely more than 1,000. There have been thousands.
Report the truth. Report the truth.
Australia.
Report
Look, there's a huge
Report the truth. I'm from Australia.
amount of police here, a huge amount of protesters. You can see the amount of emotion that's unfolding here. People are angry.
Yeah, where's the gear at? Where's the helmet? Where's the press vest? Where are you? This isn't freaking Perth. Get some gear on.
We're just going to step across to the side here. Yeah, look, you can sorry guys, it's people are a little bit angry here.
Do we have rubber bullets? Do we have rubber bullets? Do we have rubber bullets? Do we have horses? Do we have horses? I don't care where you come from. Report the truth. Where you come from?
Yeah, we're all good, guys.
Yeah, it ain't where you been. It's where you at. She should have gear on. Safety first. There's no gear there. Come on. I didn't know the Border Patrol vehicles had hydraulics. One more time. Man, they got some hydraulics in them. Hi, Nat. How you doing, my Kiwi goddess? They got hydraulics in the Border Patrol vehicles in LA. Oh, hey, wait. Well, I gotta focus. This guy is powerful. I like this guy. This dude he could lay it down with words. He's throwing it down.
I'm sure your mama starved. I can see the past. That's why she came here.
That's as loud as I can get.
All these other people have to look for a better life. I can see the fucking shame in your fucked up face, puto. I see the shame in you. Go tell your mama how you proud of rallying people and taking them in. What crime did they make? What crime did they commit? Nothing. I'm sure you're proud, bitch. All you arresting defenseless people. Look at you, you're darker than I am, motherfucker. Mira, you're darker than me. But I'm sure you're proud. You're not supposed to be here either. You should be in the van. Or claro, puto, because you didn't have the balls to stand up for your people.
Told him he didn't have the balls to stand up for his people. Dude, that has to be like straight to the heart. I don't care how thick that body armor is. I don't care. They got plate carriers, but that is piercing right through that. Though that was hitting every freaking water molecule in his body, I guarantee you. Prediction. If this goes on for 30 days that the National Guard are allegedly going to be there, there are going to be members of law enforcement who on camera take off their uniform, throw their badge, and walk into the crowd. That is my prediction. That's my prediction. And it'll be an iconic moment. It will absolutely be an iconic moment in our history. Oh, we got some more coverage here. I went kind of lost there. That. Here we are. Oh, no, that's not it. Here we go. This gentleman right here. So this guy right here is a really powerful speaker as well. Check it out.
Boot to our neck. We have every single obligation, moral, historical. We have every reason to defend our people, to defend our community, to defend our families by whatever means necessary. I don't want to be a violent person. I don't think that I am. And I think most of my comrades and people here are not violent either. But what those people are doing every day in the streets of this country is using brutal violence. Brutal and absolute violence against our communities. The black community knows this. The indigenous community knows this. And all undocumented people are feeling this. So while we don't want to be violent, I also say this. We are not nonviolent. I'll say that. We are not nonviolent. That means we believe in self-defense. And if you come at me and my family, I will do everything within my power, legal or not, to defend my family and my people. We have a history of that, and we will continue to live up to the legacy of struggle. So with that, the last thing I'll say is, as you know, there's over 200 people right now detained in a dungeon. Did y'all know that? It's a dungeon down there. It's literally the basement. We receive calls that people are down there in the basement. They have no bathrooms. They haven't showered in days. They don't have enough food or water. And there's children down there too. That, besides evil, even within their own legal framework, that's a human rights violation. So we say, we gotta liberate those people. We gotta fight for the people. So they're being held right around this corner. So in a few moments, we're all gonna move this. We're gonna go down there so the people can hear us and see us and know that they are not alone. Vamos a seguir, vamos a movernos hacia el otro lado del edificio, donde tienen a más de 200 personas secuestradas, mujeres, hombres y niños, sin baños, sin comida, sin agua. Ahí los tienen ya por más de 2 días. Tenemos que ir todos a ese lado para que el pueblo sepa que no están solos. Estamos con ellos y vamos a seguir luchando y organizando para liberarlos. Estamos juntos, estamos unidos. So con eso vamos a...
We have to remember this guy. It only takes one person to change the environment, and this right here, he is a powerful speaker. Super powerful. Remember this guy. We'll see if he pops up in the future. Powerful speaker. 100%. What else I got for you guys? I'm running out of time. I got to go to my 9 to 5. We're going to play one. Yeah, right here. No, that's not it. We're going to play one last clip of the Australian reporter took one. I saved a lot more, but I'm running out of time. I need more time, guys. I'm juggling full-time and collecting content, and the struggle is real. But, like I said, I am partially monetized now, so that's going to help make the transition into full-time streamer and collector of whatever I can find. Here, I saved it on. I know I saved it here. I did not. I know I saved it. I'll find it. I gotta share this one clip because this cop was just a complete dick about this. He had absolutely no reason to do this. I got a lot of footage. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Let's watch Fox News get frickin' flushed out again one more time.
I just left court. I got to go meet with...
Yeah, I don't know what happened to... I had another video. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, right here. Here it is. So this is the same reporter. She's fine. I bet it hurt. But watch the freaking audacity of this law enforcement officer.
Has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA. You just shut the fuck up.
You okay?
I'm good.
That was 100% intentional.
You okay?
Shut the
He points and aims right at her and shoots her right in the leg with a 50 Mike at point blank range. That guy needs to be held accountable. Accident or not, if he was pointing at someone else behind her or whatever his excuse is, this is unacceptable behavior. This is a news reporter reporting the news, and he turns, aims, and shoots at point. This is point blank. With a 50 Mike, they have a 50-meter range. That's devastating. I can't even believe, like, the aftermath of that, the damage to her leg. Like, you could cause really significant nerve damage, permanent damage to shooting somebody that close. That is absolutely unacceptable behavior. You bet it was planned for the head? Yeah. Wow, one more time.
Standing off this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback.
It definitely wasn't planned for the head. Point blank, you know where you're shooting. This is totally intentional, 100%.
Firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA. You just shut the fuck up.
100% intentional.
I'm good.
Yep, 100% intentional there, guys. So there it is. Things, yeah, it is going to happen again today, guys. They're already planning. They're already planning for a second wave. At least the National Guard is, and the National Guard is supposed to be there for the rest of the month, from my understanding, from what I've heard. I haven't researched it to the full extent, but yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I'm going to plug Paige's fundraiser one more time. This is for Paige in Kansas. She is in Ukraine right now, guys. If you didn't see the interview I did it kind of early yesterday. It is on my live streams. I interviewed Paige off of Starlink, unfortunately, but even roses bloom from shit. She was in Ukraine. She is in Ukraine, handing off aid. Yeah, so it's her birthday tomorrow. We're going to do a birthday stream for Paige. She's helping the 14th Mechanized Brigade. We bought candy bars for snipers. That's our new slogan for the channel since we've started fundraising. I don't even know how much we fundraised on this channel so far, but it's direct links, 100% direct links to either a soldier's PayPal or a 501c3 or Car for Ukraine. It has to be somewhere around $25,000 so far, but I'll have to do the math on that and try to figure it out. But here's Paige handing off the candy bars to the snipers. So please support her fundraiser. The 14th Mechanized Brigade, the senior sergeant who is in the 14th, it's his birthday as well with Paige's. They were having a conversation and they both figured out that they are on the same birthday. I got some more footage of the 14th. Also, our buddy Dodger, who I've been helping for a while now, we changed his call sign to Dodger. He was known as something else, but for security purposes, we're changing his call sign to Dodger. They shot down some drones in western Ukraine. He was pulled off of the front for a while and doing air drone defense, and they knocked down this Shahed. He sent this to me the other day. I edited it out highly for obvious reasons. But that's a Shahed they took out. They took out numerous Shaheds and other missiles and whatnot. So they were targeting Lviv, and he has been busy. And I'm so grateful he is where he is, because they were putting in some major work off that little Ford F-150 Ford Ranger with the M2 Browning on the back. So he needs new gear. Paige is going to accommodate it. I got them in touch with each other today. It's like $750. That'll be our goal for tomorrow's fundraiser for Paige. $750 will be the goal. So plan on being there, guys. I don't know how long it's going to be. Probably till we reach the goal. If we reach the goal, then I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I don't know. I have no clue. This is all new. But like I said, guys, we got to help. We're going to help. That's the reason I made this channel. Now it's growing into something bigger. I am partially monetized now, so that's awesome because I do plan to transition eventually to do this full time. I just am not in the financial standpoint to do so. So, yeah. Thanks for everybody who's been supportive of the channel. I really appreciate it. But please do not get it confused. I'm going to keep saying this forever. Do not super chat me for the donation fundraiser. I'm making that very clear. The fundraiser is always going to be separate. Do not put it in super chats. I do not want to be liable for the money for the fundraiser. Okay? If it comes to the point down the future to where I have to do something like purchase something to Nova Posta, it'll go through something else. It will not go through super chats. Do not send money for a fundraiser through my super chat. I'm telling you now. I will keep telling you for the rest of eternity. Okay? That is for channel growth, for me to do this full time, to continue in the lightweight reactions and independent journalism and fundraising. Okay? So please keep it separate. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much for being here today. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow for Paige and Kansas's birthday bash fundraiser. She will not be on. She's going to be out wilding, but we're going to have her back. All right. All right. Thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you all later. Let me hit you with an outro. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out this morning. If it cracks off tonight, I'll put up a stream tonight too in LA, but it'll be late. All right. I have obligations I gotta do. So talk to y'all later. Here's your outro.
They wave their flags like they own the sky, shouting loud but they don't know why. Books untouched, their minds run dry. Truth's a stranger, they pass right by. Oh, false flags flying high, empty hearts where the truth won't lie. They scream of love for the land they claim, but their wicked deeds bring only shame. But their wicked deeds bring only shame. But their wicked deeds bring only shame. They chant the words they barely know, hollow pride in a shallow show, pointing fingers where the winds don't blow, building walls where the rivers flow. Oh, false flags flying high, empty hearts where the truth won't lie. They scream of love for the land they claim, but their wicked deeds bring only shame. But their wicked deeds bring only shame. But their wicked deeds bring only shame. A patriot's heart should beat with grace, not with fists or a hate-filled face. If love's the seed, then let it grow, not in shadows, but where light will show. Oh, false flags flying high, empty hearts where the truth won't lie. They scream of love for the land they claim, but their wicked deeds bring only shame. Oh, false flags flying high, empty hearts where the truth won't lie. They scream of love for the land they claim, but their wicked deeds bring only shame. But their wicked deeds bring only shame. But their wicked deeds bring only shame.
Why would you think Michelle Obama's a man?
Well, do a little research. Just do a little research.
But that's like out there.
What's out there is the fact that her walking out in a skirt, and there's an obvious bulge where there shouldn't be one.
till you take your last breath. There's no time to sit around being lazy. Renegade junk is gonna grind out daisy. Survival schemes, raiding dreams like you don't care. Zombies crumbing on some bodies like a nightmare. Grabbing loot in the spawn might just fight there. And the goons shooting at me, yeah, we're out there. Keep the thing dry, light a fire if you're crazy. Survivors out there shooting, yeah, that's day. They try to take my loot, but I'm fast and I'm sneaky. Hearing footsteps in the woods, yeah, that's creepy. But I'm a wolf and all of you looking sheepy. Knock you one gun, now you feeling little sleepy. Waking up, your loot's gone, don't go crazy. Another day, another death, yeah, that's Daisy. Hear the bullets crack by your head, make you screech. Run, cover, keep your gun by your reach. Wear your armor and a helmet is what we preach. Or get your ass sent back to the beach. Clean your water, cook your food, wash your hands. Keep one eye on the bad guy and your friends. Watch for killers who shoot at you through a lens. But this is how the story always ends.